Sub Saturday, the more you sub, the more subs we have. Mainly, etc. And exclamation mark challenge should work unless it doesn't. And then I'll change it. Oh, it says 3 minute. Boo. So I type exclam challenge, and then 50, like that. I think that's what I do. Yeah.
I'm going to start one listen.
All right. That didn't work.
What did you type in?
50 unrated. Maybe it's just exclaim challenge 5.
Yeah, I think it is.
5 minute unrated. This link. All right, that's Grungewart. 2,000 centidues. Thanks, Grungewart. I missed you. You missed me. That's the biggest donation in history. I'm checking this link to this link. And yeah, it looks like I did it right. Thanks, Grungewart. You're the best. Until somebody donates 2001, A Space Advantage. It's a great chess movie. Okay, somebody type exclam challenge and tell me if it worked. Because I just changed it. And it was 3 minute, and now it's 5 minute. Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to be 3 minute. I changed it to the wrong one. It's 5 minute tomorrow. Man, I'm the dumbest person I've ever met. All right, now it's correct. So yeah, I was wrong. It was right. I changed it to the wrong one. Now back to the right one. Frankly, not delicious. All right. So if you just challenge me again because I messed up. Exclam challenge. There we go. Sofa's, yeah, everybody's got it. Anything you want, you got it. Hello from Soviet Russia. I'm in Soviet Georgia, so that's great. EU-friendly stream at 8:48 p.m. It's like 3 in the morning where you are. Maybe he's Dutch, and it's 2 a.m. 2 a.m. You know. Yeah, golden earring. So, you know, maybe he likes when it's 2 a.m. All right, 3 minute. No, 5 minutes wrong, and you should feel bad. 3 minute. I feel bad because I did that. It's barely EDT friendly. Yeah. I was going to start earlier, probably half an hour ago, but 2.5 hours ago, chess.com asked me to make game of the day, and I was about to get my mani-pedi, so I was like, well, I can do it after that. And they're like, fine. So Karen and I got our mani-pedis, and then we went home, and then I drove here, and then I had to change everything. Not only did I change everything, I had to change the things I had to change. Because when I did game of the day, that really stupid marble and ocean, and now they want green and ice, you know, whatever. Like a normal board. And then I had to change it back for the stream, and so forth, mainly and so forth. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Say bye, Karen. All right. Oh, wait, that's the end. I got confused. I'll be on Chess TV in 10 minutes, and then we'll really be making some money or something. Tyler P1K gave a few centidues. Boo, boo. So forth. Remember, the more you donate, the more money we have. Oh, yeah, I even typed it in wrong. I even typed in it was 5 minute. Man, I'm the dumbest person who ever lived. And that's saying something, because all you guys are watching. Damn. I mean, that's pretty dumb. All right, then I can refresh. Everybody refresh their stream so it has the right time control. Otherwise, you're doomed. Doomed! Yeah. Are the Braves going to win today? I don't know. Yeah, the more you donate, the more college tuition Holden gets. That's correct. Yeah. What happened? But maybe in an hour or two you'll be more awake.
No.
Yeah?
I'm awake good more night.
Okay, let's do a poll. Karen says she's too tired to go to karaoke tonight. So make a poll. Will Karen change her mind to go to karaoke or she won't? And your guess is how are they going to vote in the poll?
No, I'm not going to influence.
Oh, you won't influence the poll. All right. The more you donate, the more ice cream Archer gets. That's also true. Let's see. Chess history is chess without chess. Karen is going to karaoke, no question. She just needs to hear that one song. That's like Vincent Vega going to the restroom or something. Something bad always happens. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, when Vincent Vega went to the bathroom at the diner got robbed. Then he came out and everyone was pointing guns at each other. Mm-hmm. Then when he went to the bathroom, when they were waiting for Bruce Willis to show up, Bruce Willis shot him 800,000 times. So going to the bathroom is risky. Yeah, probably shouldn't go to the bathroom. No chance she goes. Okay, here we go. It's just refresh your stream. It's 3 minute. 60-40. Pretty close. Man, I don't know which way I would vote. Damn. All right. 58-42. 56-44. It's 50-50 you're going tonight. The crowd has spoken. Mm-hmm. Monorail. Don't! I'm going to offer Karen another $1 trillion question. $2. Yay, a BOGO Indian deal. All right. In a monorail episode, the guy who built the monorail for Springfield, he built monorails for 2 other cities, and by gum, that put them on the map. What were the other 2 cities? I'm guessing 10 people are going to chat it. 10 people will answer in the chat. Okay, that's wrong. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Grungeworth's correct. Ogdenville and North Haverbrook. Yeah, and Kangaroo's correct, and so forth. And by gum, that put them on the map. Right. And then the guy who built the monorail was taking questions, and he said, and Apu said, "Is there a chance the track could bend?" And the guy said, "Not in your life, my Hindu friend." And then the best one was, Barney said, he's the drunk, said, "What about us brain dead slobs?" That's a good question. And the guy said, "You'll be given cushy jobs." What about us brain dead slobs? A good question. Harsh. All right. Referring to himself as a brain dead slob. Oh, damn. So the game of the day was in the Russian Team Super Championship High League nonsense. And white was Matlikov and black was Unknown IM. And that's his name. He's not an IM. His name is Unknown, and then his last name is IM. And it was the beatdown of all time, so that was the game of the day. We're currently being sued by Unknown IM because, it's void in Tennessee, though. Monorail. Yay, new camera. All right, we need to get a train started. Boo, boo. You guys are bad and you should feel bad. All right, let's start. Kangaroos first. That's wrong, Serbian superstar. It's unrated, not rated. God, what's happening? No, stop whatever's happening. Boo, I need an adult. 420 for the train. All right, I'm playing chess. Look at me. I'm Sandra Oh. Yay, 300 centidues from Bishop Takes. You're the best person who ever lived by far. Until somebody gives 301. Monorail. All right, we'll be on Chess TV in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Time for Kangaroo to prove his rating and play Bishop G4. Got to prove your rating. It's important. That proves nothing. Terrible. 1 centidue. It wasn't Iraq. It was the Barack Obama. Notorious Chaz, 301 centidues. Yeah. By gum, it put them on the map. Yeah. Da-da-da. Mono. Oh. Great episode. But Main Street's still all cracked and broken. Sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken. What about us brain dead slobs? Man, I understand that question. Curious Chimpanzee, 200 centidues. Bishop takes 302 centidues. The best person ever. Monorail. Yay, the more you donate, the more money we have. Yasser recommends to push him, baby. This is the safest king ever. Except for one thing. Big money, no whammy, stop. 350. Woman, this guy just donated 350. Bishop here, never play f6. Then what do I do? E5, queen d5, d6, rookie 1. Take on e6, carry the 1. Bishop g5, f6, bishop h4. That looks pretty good. King f7, knight e5 and or e5. King g7 after e5. Knight d7, bishop e7. That doesn't get anywhere. Huh. Thanks for the 303 centidues, Welch's grape juice. You're the best. That's a 3-minute game, so I'm going to think forever until I find the best move. Monorail. I should have something good. Good. Should. All right. I don't know. I guess here. Hey. That's right. You keep giving me tree fitty. I'm going to come back for another tree fitty. 100 centidues from Legit Tactics. Mono. Dope. Bishop g7. That's legal. Barely legal. Let's see. So many jokes I can't make. $49. I don't know. Maybe he'll move his king. Maybe he'll play bishop f6. Darn. He didn't do anything stupid. Why he not so stupid? Yeah, my position's pretty good. Pretty good. Time situation's not great, but you know. Let's see. E5, queen takes. Let's see, I have 27 seconds. That's pretty good. 24 seconds, also good. Mono, dope. What happened? Thanks, Notorious Chaz, for the 5 subs. You're the best. 15 seconds is a lot of time. Whoops. That was a mouse slip. But alright, wasn't a bad mouse slip. I lost. My king should be on f5, not h5. It's funny because if I queen, it's stalemate. Terrible. Obviously, I could have won into the pawn, but I didn't want to. So in this position, this is double question mark. The usual way to win is to queen, go here, here, without the g pawn, obviously. And unfortunately, if I queen here, it's stalemate. So the best move, is, which is funny, so the best move is to take a rook and then play rook here or here, doesn't matter, and then rook to the h-file mate. This is cuter, I guess. So yeah, when I play king here, that is terrible. I would have lost on time before I mated him. You were finally winning until the clock ran out. 4 mistakes, 5 blunders, 1 missed win, Papa John's. Damn, I've lost every single game I've played today. Darn. Triple plunds are 3 times as good. Yeah, I had to play h8 here. I would have lost on time. But yeah, I would have been really close to mating him instead of not close. When I played king h5, in the game I played king h5, and then I was like, oh wait, it's supposed to be on f5, and then I tried to go back to f5 so I could do that. Because if I play this now, then his king runs to the center, and I'm obviously going to lose on time. Yeah, so you can't do this because the king goes to the center. All right, well, the truth hurts. Thaddeus73 gifted a sub. Hooray. Basic Pratt gifted a sub. Also hooray. And Notorious Chaz, I said was good. All right. Who else but Zoidberg? And as soon as I lost the game, then, and only then, would I be on Chess TV. Truth hurts. Hi, Chess TV. It's Sub Saturday. I'm playing 3-minute unrated with subs. So if you're not a sub to my channel. If you can't sub to my channel, ask in the chat for a sub. So far, I have 0 out of 1. And I'm hopping mad because I lost to Kangaroo. Serbian Superstar, you did it again. You challenged me rated. You can see by the way I play, it has to be unrated. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. All right, we got to play somebody lower rated. That's better. Let's see. North Macedonia, everybody's favorite country. Everybody donate a sub. Do as I say. No, it's the Kangaroo marker. Boo, boo. You're bad and you should feel bad. Basic Pratt gifted a sub. Let's get to level 5. Might win this game. I'm not saying I will. I said I might. No soup for you. Basic Pratt gifted a sub to I don't know, bro. Quack, quack. Karen ran away. She couldn't stand to watch me lose. Actually, she walked. So we have 2 ring lights now instead of the stupid lights. Karen likes these lights better. To me, it looks dark because she thinks when the lights are on, it's too bright. So she doesn't turn the lights on all the way. So it could be much brighter, but Karen doesn't like it much brighter. I do. I like when it's really bright. Also, maybe I should clean my glasses. Then it would be brighter. Grunge War gifted a sub. Hooray. Jack Luppy and gifted a sub. Everybody gifts a sub. Yeah, we could actually make it much lighter and like more light, but she don't like that. Yeah. I had the lights more than this when I made my video for chess.com. They could change the brightness if they want. Yay, JAA gave 10 subs. Almost at level 6. Yeah, I got a haircut yesterday and I got a mani-pedi today, as did Karen. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. Beard trim, etc. Our niece had a birthday party today. She'll be 4. I lost to Kangaroo. That was the first game. He had a pawn left, and I was making several queens and mating him, but I lost on time. Yeah. And then he put a marker. That was the funniest part. That was funnier than losing. That's not the first time Kangaroo beat me, and it won't be the last. 100 Senzages playing the final table poker tourney right now, and I challenged you. All right. Go poker tourney. You can do it.
Yeah, I can turn the light up if you think it's too. So I feel like that it's the camera needs to go down more.
Yeah, okay. Move the camera down.
Yeah, I am.
Well.
That is.
Here, you can even look and see, although there's a delay.
Yeah.
So you'll know in 5 seconds.
Nice.
Karen's doing stuff and junk. I like stuff and junk. It's good how we both like stuff and junk. This guy Hamilton streaming, he says he's in the final table of a poker tournament right now, and he challenged me. So he can't wait to double, to multitask. If it's Russ Hamilton, but it's not Russ Hamilton. He's like, I am Russ Hamilton. And I'll be like, no.
Nice.
Dun,
Yeah, I
dun.
think I was a little too dark. You were correct, I think.
Me, I'm never correct.
Yeah, that was.
Not Russ Hamilton. All right. I was going to say something nasty, but if you were Russ Hamilton, then I won't say anything nasty.
You got anything else? Light. Or should we
Yeah. It's all good.
Okay.
Just remember, Russ Hamilton, the poker player,
Yeah.
weighs more than I do. And then some.
I'm not bad.
Also, he's this sort of, cheating and stuff. Some poker site like 10 years ago.
Are you on?
I mean, I heard about it a long time ago. They used to give you your weight in silver when you won the World Series. Then he won the World Series. Then they stopped. Frankly, delicious. Does Nepomniachtchi stand a chance? Yes. Yes, he does. Abravanel, the greatest French blitz player ever, gifted a sub. Good, good. Yeah, they ran out of silver. By the way, the silver thing, which really sounds like a joke, is not a joke. It's not a joke. That's what happened. It does sound like a joke, though. Some really big guy won. They gave him silvers. They stopped. But that's what happened. Yeah. True story. Okay, 5 minutes wrong, as I learned today. Yay! Bishop takes, gifted a sub. 3,200 subs. Yeah. Yeah, then later he was accused of ripping off poker sites and cheating. I don't know what the story was. I have no idea. But I'll tell you what I recollect from 1,000 years ago. I pasted together from sugar packets. He was like one of the pros at a site, or he started the site, or, whatever. Something. And then he cheated by looking at everybody's cards. Now, I'm not saying that happened. I'm not even saying that was what was accused of happening. That's just my recollection. You can go to the internet and look it up. I don't know. I mean, this is many years ago, so it could be it's all made up. It could be they're lies, but they're entertaining lies. And in the end, isn't that the real truth? The answer is no. All right.
All right.
I Googled it. It's actually true. Yeah, that thing I said, which you thought was a joke, wasn't a joke.
Which
If you were
thing?
here, the World Series of Poker used to give the winner their weight in silver.
No, I didn't even hear any of that.
Okay. That was one of the prizes.
Yeah.
So whatever you, like if you weighed 100 pounds, you got 100 pounds of silver. Russ Hamilton was a big boy, and he won the World Series of Poker, and they stopped doing it. Yeah. Yeah, he was a lot bigger
That
than
is
me.
funny.
Yeah. I mean, if you weigh 350, how much would, let me ask Siri. Although this is like 20 years ago, so I don't know. Hey Siri, how much is 350 pounds of silver worth?
Hey, Bishop.
I found an
Nix.
answer. It's displayed on your iPhone.
134,000. Yeah.
It's really hot in here.
So take off all your clothes. You can turn the air on, then it won't be hot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you don't.
I'm always hot, so I don't notice when it's hot. Yeah. Karen does have a comfy chair. She loves that chair. You have to be subs to play me. Exactly. Oh, snap. Good thing they canceled for Greg Raymer one. That is correct. You got to eat a lot before you play poker. That's right. Basic Pratt gifted a sub. Deadlock 1951 subscribed. Scroll through this. I don't know why. What does scrolling through do? I don't know. How does that help you? There you go. Hey, you did it right, Serbian. All right. There you go. I scrolled through. Now you're all happy. Not sure why exactly. All right. I have 1 out of 2. 50%. 2,000 viewers are watching. Hooray. Go something. Ben Feingold, sex god, wants to be friends. That's what it says. Good, good.
What I miss?
Latinum Blonde, yeah. Latinum Blonde is gifting 1 tier sub. I wonder if anybody got your joke. The stream's not too bright, so. Did I get skipped? Oh, snap. Let's see. What's the ring? 1,200. All right. You can see the sub list. Like instead of asking me about the sub, it's right there. It's on the stream, so you'll know if you got skipped. Probably. Let's see here. Aw. I like the way he played Knight H2. I'm confused. What's going on? He started the game without his H pawn, and I didn't notice. Damn, I didn't notice. How did I not notice? When he played Knight H2, I noticed. I'm like, wait, what? Never play F3. Wow, he started playing without his H pawn. He spotted me. That's not a good eye. I should have noticed before move 1. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you guys trick me. Put his king in K. All right. Let's see. GM Frank Boyd. I'm Frank Foyd. Sorry. My mistake. Let's see. I don't know. This looks like fun. Starting a game is actually advantage to white. And then you said -3. What? Everything you said was wrong. Every word. Even the word starting. Yeah. I've never seen anybody so wrong ever, except every day in the chat, everybody's always wrong. Other than that, all right, well, just in case he's an old Indian, I'm going to Sacagawea. Yeah. Sacagawea, sir. Let's see, Queen F2 or C5 or E3. Wow. Bishop C5 is the funniest, but it's probably bad. C5 is okay, but I don't know. Somehow I like Queen F2. It speaks to me. All right. bishop e6. If he takes it, I guess I'll just figure it out later, right? King's on e6. I should have something. All right. I'm assuming this is the right move. It could be. No, rook here's not better because he can check me. So, yeah. Somebody said do a Paul Morphy mate, so I'm like, all right. It'd be nice if I could sack my queen. Well, I'm not going to win on time, so I better checkmate him. Queen c5 wasn't mate? No. Obviously not. Okay, so he can go here, and that's check. And then if he plays queen here, which he will, this wins his queen, which he won't see. So I should play here. That's funny. I also give my rook a square. There's a difference between check and checkmate. So your move was check. White had about 700 legal moves against it, so it wasn't checkmate. Yeah. He played the move that loses his queen. But I wanted to mate him. I wanted a peanut. Now I have 18 seconds. I guess I just have to. This is the funniest move, because this king gets to e8. I might have had a better move than that, but maybe I didn't. Because this is check. So. Yay, thanks QWISO for the sub. There we go. Check, check. And then, let's see. I only have 4 checkmates and 5 checkmates. 6 checkmates in 1. 6! That's not mate? It didn't make the mate noise, and I'm like, well, that's mate. So
there was a delay for some reason.
Okay, so watch this, Karen. Mate, 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 mate. Okay? Mate and mate. I think that's it. Well, let's see. And then half the chat's like, isn't this mate? By the way, there's another one, this one. That's mate. Isn't that mate? No. What else do you guys think is mate? You guys think that's mate? You guys think that's mate? You guys think that's mate? You think, like, if I put my queen close to the king, it's mate? Yeah, you guys are all the worst. Yay! Thanks, Steve Condi, for the 5 subs. Queen f6 earlier was mate and won 100%. All right. Okay, is queen f6 mate here? No. Is queen f6 mate here? No. Is queen f6 mate here? No. Here queen f6 is mate. That's true. I said there was a better move than this. Or I played h5. Yeah, queen f6 is mate. I've never seen anybody write in my chat before. Yeah. But this is obviously better. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. 2,377. Hooray. Yeah, this is much better to get his king here. No. I won in 17 moves, like what famous Morphy game?
17 moves? I don't know. Was the opera game?
Yeah.
17?
What happened when Morphy was 17, do you know? He had some very good beer. He had some very good beer he purchased with a fake ID. What was his name on the fake ID? My name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17. Now, let me tell you what I don't understand about this episode. It's the episode where Homer has to stop drinking for 30 days because Marge asked him to. So he's like, okay. And he takes all the beer in the house and dumps it down the drain. How about just not drinking the beer? Like, that was expensive. He had a lot of beer in the house. So, what? Because he can always just go to Moe's and drink. So, I mean, ridiculous. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. It's barbaric. Bishop A3 has class. That's right. Honda CRV. How does he know what car I have? What does Stojakovic say? What kind of car do you drive? And Kangaroo said, Honda CRV. God damn. I'm sure I've mentioned it on my stream, but he's the only one who would have listened. Yeah. Gus won't be watching for like 4 to 6 years because he's in prison. Oh well. Yeah, he said not to tell you guys, but I forgot. Yeah. All right. I'm confused. How does chess work? Oh, this is how it works. We stayed up listening to Queen. Yeah, but if you quit cannabis for 30 days, you probably shouldn't, destroy it all. You should, if you quit forever, right? But I mean, not if you're gonna start up in 30 days. Okay, now at the end of that episode, when he quits drinking for 30 days, he goes to Moe's and he says, "Give me a beer," and it looks really good because it's a cartoon. And then Homer's like licking his lips, and Marge walks in, and "Hey Marge," he says, "Homer, why don't we go for a bike ride instead of you drinking?" And he's like, "All right." So they go for a bike ride. What song is playing? I'll give you a hint if you need a hint.
Yeah, I'm mad.
Okay, what movie are a man and a woman bike riding and they play a song? Famous scene. I can tell you the movie if it's too hard.
Man and woman bike riding. Yeah, I don't know.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And when they're bike riding, what song is playing?
Probably Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head.
There you go. Yeah, that's.
I
what
remember
they
that scene now.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have gotten it from the. I got it from the music, not from the
Yep,
bicycling.
exactly.
I do remember that.
I like to ride my bicycle by Queen. I want to ride.
Hey, I
my
thought of
bicycle.
that one.
To ride my bike. The poker player who's watching, he wants to play poker at the bike.
Yeah, I still don't like the lighting. I'm always never liking the lighting.
Always never liking it. But do you like White's position?
It doesn't look that so good.
It's not good. Yeah. What game does that remind you of? Gotcha versus bitch. Or if they were Orthodox Jews, it would be Gotcha versus B'nai B'rith. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so I'm gonna go for 1 second. I'm gonna get a beer, maybe.
You're going to karaoke now?
No.
Do you like Radiohead? Yes.
I'll be right back.
I like any kind of head. Right, Karen?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think we're missing the low down light is the problem in the room now because the other ones were low.
Uh-huh.
Low, right.
All right, I'm on Chess TV. I can't make that joke. Oh, no. Now I'm in trouble. What?
I'm just gonna plug the lighting.
Okay.
I have to move around sometimes.
It's Thaddeus. He challenged me. You're banned. Can someone explain the joke, please? Ah, damn. No. If you want to know what begins when somebody tells a good joke, this is the start of every good joke. Exciting stream. Just sit here humming. All right. The first non-sub who answers correctly gets a free sub. Ready? You guys ready? Okay. In the song Hard into Paint by Waka Flocka Flame. Several times he says SK. What does he mean? What the SK? It's not Soren Kierkegaard is correct. Shakriar is a good answer. And we don't have any hard pipe hitting people here. There you go. All right. That's the first right answer I saw. SK is short for SKS, the kind of rifle. With the SK. Hey. All right, let's see here. King D2. Okay, I'm going to give another sub away. In what song, by what artist, so I want the song and the artist, do you hear the line, Doomsday, get my gun? Very good. Wow. That was great. That guy got it immediately. Wow. That was pretty good. Wow. I'm impressed, and I'm not easily impressed. Or maybe I am. I don't know. Very good. Yep. MC Hawking Entropy is correct. All right, let's see. Why do my opponents like to move their king on up to the east side? F6 is probably the best move, but never play F6. No, never play F6. 9 seconds left. No, boo. My play is bad, and I should feel bad. Delicious. My opponent's king went for a walk. Yeah, you know why? He likes Japanese food. Doomsday, get my gun.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put beer in the freezer.
When'd you do that?
When we first got here, but then I changed my mind about drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in there.
That's okay. You've only been here, an hour.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, this is the Halloween Gambit. All right. 2590. It's the symmetrical Halloween Gambit. Too bad Karen's not here. Then we'd have double Halloween and boobs. Let's see here. Huh. Never play F6. Didn't a Thaddeus account cheat? No. Frankly, a ridiculous statement. All right, everybody sub and gift a sub. It's Sub Saturday. The more you sub, the more subs I have. And then if you're a good sub, like tier 2 or tier 3, then you're a sub above. Now, the one thing I don't want you to do, this is serious, is don't get into an Indonesian sub. Because then, you know. FaZe Jeff subscribed. Hooray. I want a grinder. I want a hero. I want a hoagie. But I'm afraid to fly. Let's see. What's happening here? Amtrak. Say friend request. All right. That was exciting. Look at this equal ending. It's the most equal ending you've ever seen. There's no way I can win. Karen's bringing in more and more lights. I still won't talk. I won't tell her anything. I want to live, Marge. Why won't you let me live? I'll always remember the name Rosenstein? Rosenstein. My name is Zweig Rosenstein. Was it Rosenstein? I'm getting confused now. Oh well, I'm always confused. Waka Flocka Flame. Kobe. I said I would promote you last. I lied. Huh? It's the coldest ever.
It really wasn't in there that long.
Now that move I didn't see. Oh, here.
Yeah, this seems so bright to me.
Sure, I
Maybe
didn't
that's
see that
fine.
last move.
How's it going? What's everybody doing? Would you rather play F3 or F6?
No, never. Neither one.
Hey, Baldy.
Thank you. Oh, no, I have hair. Never play F6. All right. Yep. No karaoke tonight? That's one of the Guess Who's best songs. No karaoke tonight. My coffee.
No, I don't feel
My
like going.
tea.
Tired. I'm so busy today. I got up really early.
She got Manny Petty.
I did do that, but I mean, I went to my son's senior luncheon at his school. Then I went to my niece's fourth birthday party.
Her birthday's on Star Wars Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was up too late. I don't know. I don't like that dumb light in here. Get rid of it.
Hmm?
I don't like that light. I hate this scotch.
Yeah, do you like bourbon?
Hey, J Rob.
These squares are all. I can't go anywhere. No. Well, I gotta play like Geary. B6 and Queen B7. Except that I'm black instead of white. Yeah, this is like the game of the day. I got all my pieces trapped. Good. Now I can get mated. Yeah, this guy's the kid.
And here comes the pawn.
This guy's from Iran. That was Indian. I was like, he's alive? What? Scottish Demon Hood is happy, yeah.
Did I brag to all
My
the
son's gonna,
parents?
but I'm sure you'll enjoy college.
No, I didn't brag. They wrote, they put in the school newsletter that Holden's going to MIT. They asked us about it.
But I'm sure you'll enjoy community college. That's good.
So I didn't even have to do. They're bragging. They're like, the parents are all excited when somebody from the school goes to a good college.
Yeah, we have people from the school going to Stanford.
Oh yeah.
And then last year Chicago.
At least 2 to Stanford this year, and then one to Hopkins. A lot of smart kids go to this school. It's a good school.
Name the last person from the school that went to MIT. Exactly.
I don't think any have that I've heard of.
No.
But I'm not
You'd
positive.
remember. I don't think so.
But plenty of good schools have plenty.
My son isn't going to MIT. Her son is. Study probably math, but maybe some kind of computer engineering or something.
Yeah, he says computers.
He'll just do what he wants. Let's see, if I sack my queen, then the crowd will go wild. What do you think? Hooray! Actually, this just wins if I take the knight. So let's take with the rook and make it interesting. Reminds me of the famous joke, which is, do you want to play chess? The guy says, would you care to make it interesting? And then they didn't play chess. They made it interesting. King A1 double exclam. No. Former muscle. No. I don't know. Where's the resign button? I mean, I'm still winning, but less winning. Oh no, I'm in check. The engine move. I'm cheating. I don't know. This knight f4 wins, but I want to win a cooler way. Time for a cool way. All right. Dun 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 dun. So rearranged. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. So prearranged. I know that it's time. I don't know. I want to win a spectacular way instead of this shallow and pedantic way. Yay! Thanks Kitsune Cavalry for the 3 subs. Thanks Hailstorm5574 for subscribing. Mainly, etc. It's stalemate. Oh wait, no, it's not. Now it's stalemate. Oh no, it's not. Now it's. Oh no, it's not. Yay! Thanks for the 200 centidues. You're the best. Yay, I won. I was trying to get to move 200, but it was only 191 moves. His position was good except for one thing. I offered him a draw, then he offered me a draw. 1 mistake, 2 blunders, 0 missed wins. That was an intense game. That's pretty good, though. 1 mistake, 2 blunders, and 191 moves, right? Mm-hmm. Did you see the last 100 moves of that game?
Yeah, it's so bright in here.
Did you?
I couldn't see
The
it.
2 bishops gifted 5
I
subs.
saw that it was a bunch of pre-moves.
Here. Okay.
So what's everybody doing? I'm back again. Hey, VCDJ88.
Okay. So. Okay, this is move 40. This is move 40.
All right.
And I won on time on move 191. And we have 18 seconds to 26. Okay, so the next 151 moves. He played great. I can't complain about his moves. Perfect. I actually went back for a while by accident. I was clicking the wrong arrow. That's funny. Only 30 more moves. Yeah, he actually lost on time, even though he was pre-moving that. He still used time for some reason. I'm not sure how you use time when he's pre-moving. And then, you know, I had 3 seconds and his time went out. Oh, you want to see that again?
Well, that doesn't make sense. If I thought he had more time than you.
Yeah, I guess he didn't pre-move so good.
Okay.
So after this game, everybody walked up to him, was laughing at him. So you know what he did?
No.
He ran. I ran so far away. Mm-hmm. Slow motion replay. Oh. Yeah, 150 best moves. You know he's cheating. 191 centidues. If only the game was a million moves, I could have. Notorious Chaz.
No, sorry.
He literally doesn't care. A 1,000 player lasted 200 moves against a GM. Pretty good. The 2 bishops, Vatals, gave 5 subs. But Vatals, that's what the 3,000 people watching from Chess TV are here for that game. Well, okay, maybe not. Alex Hermolinsky, good day to you. This is Alex Hermolinsky. Yeah, he's a good guy. I've played Alex Hermolinsky a million times. Also, once during tennis, we walked towards the net and he started strangling me. Yeah. At the 1999 U.S. Championship. For $1 trillion. What city was it in? The 1999 U.S. Championship.
I'm never going to remember things. I don't know.
You can guess the city. $1 trillion all.
Miami.
Ooh, close. Let's see who gets it first in the chat.
That means it's not close.
Hastings 1895. That guy's right because he's a streamer. Salt Lake.
Okay.
Salt Lake City. Yeah. All right, everybody see everything here? See all that? See your names? All right. So I've won every game since I lost to Kangaroo. Kangaroo's too good. Yeah. All right, for $1 trillion, Karen, who won the U.S. Championship in 1999 in Salt Lake City? I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
He also won the Soviet championship. I mean, not that
99?
year. Well, no, not 99. He won
Well-
the U.S. championship in 99. He won the Soviet
Uh-huh.
championship a long time ago. Enjoy your cookie, gifted 5 subs.
I don't know.
Well, let's see. So far, no. Yeah, there we go. Golko, easy. Somehow the guy who gets everything right. Suspicious.
Who is it?
Golko. My first U.S. championship was in 1994 in Key West, and Golko won. My second one was in 1999, and Golko won. So Golko started paying me to come to the U.S. championship. So you're not going to win, but I might.
Yeah. I barely heard of him.
Barely. Boris Golko? Yeah.
I've heard of him.
He was a
There's-
refusenik.
Yeah.
Hunger strike. His wife is 2,500. Her name's Anna Golko, but it was Anna Akshramova. Not to be confused with Akhmilovskaya, R.I.P. Akhmilovskaya was married to John Donaldson, then Georgy Orlov.
Yeah, I know about her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she died not too long before we were in
Mm-hmm.
Seattle,
Yeah.
and Archer attended Orlov's camp,
Mm-hmm.
and so I met Orlov, and he seemed really sad at that time.
Yeah. So that Emil Anka, that's the one that Archer couldn't understand very much.
Yes, well, he has a little bit of
Well, yeah.
aggressive personality.
Yeah. However, I have good news for you.
Mm-hmm.
The most money I've ever won in a tournament that wasn't in St. Louis was I beat Emil Anka in the last round of the Chicago Open, tying for first, winning 5,300. So now you feel better.
I didn't know. I mean, he was nice to me. He just
Yeah.
Archer didn't care for him.
Oh.
I mean,
I talked to Archer about it, and he said, I don't care for him. I don't care. I literally don't care for Anka.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What's wrong with Anka? This guy's not the worst player who ever lived. Maybe he is. I don't think he is. He's pretty good. Good. Can't castle because his rook's attacked. That's illegal. See? Told you. Interesting move. King D1.
That's what people are saying. I haven't even been looking at the chat.
Huh? What's an Indian person's favorite part of a chess stream?
I don't know. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like this joke.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
The chat.
Oh.
Yeah, make sure you spell chat with 2 A's.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Uh-huh. Has anyone ever sang Boot, Scoot, and Boogie at your karaoke place?
Boot,
Scoot,
scoot,
and-
and boogie.
Yeah, this guy's,
Boot. Scoot. Not that I recall. They sing all kinds of things there.
Boot, Scoot, and Boogie. It's an Indian... Wait, what happened? Oh, he didn't move. Karen speaks Spanish. Brooks and Dunn good? No.
I don't really know any Spanish. I wish I did.
Some of these moves aren't the best move. Some of them. I mean, this isn't 1338 play. This is 338 play. Like, he just played very reasonably, then he made the worst legal moves ever every move. This was weird. What's happening? I mean, like, he played okay, and then every move he made is the worst move I've ever seen.
No,
That's weird.
that's not weird.
It is weird.
Well,
I mean,
do
I
that.
okay, like in this position, you know, maybe I'm better. I'm better, right? This hangs a rook with check. Then this hangs a queen. Then this hangs a queen and mate. What? I mean, his other moves weren't like that. It was a comeback win. I was in trouble. And then I wasn't. Now, let me ask you a technical question. I actually don't know the answer. I think I do. Could be wrong. This move was exactly 25 moves, and I played the 25th move as black. Is this considered a miniature? Anybody speak Italian? Spaghetti. You remind this guy of Kate Bush.
Well, that's unusual that you would say that because I'm a humongous Kate Bush fan.
Mm-hmm.
Huge Kate. You won't even know anybody bigger fan. So I wonder if you knew that.
It's not 20 or under. It's either under 25 or 25 and under. Not 20. 24 and less? Damn, I thought 25 was okay. Darn. Miniature 10 to 15. Why am I asking the chat? Boo.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was
The
like,
chat is bad at answering and they should feel
I thought
bad.
it was less than 20.
No, it's either less than 25 or 25 and less.
Oh, okay.
If I get rid of your challenge,
Somebody
that's
had,
because you did it wrong.
somebody had it right. I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a villain from a 90s movie.
Me or you?
I don't know.
Probably me. Let's see here. Can I say 99,999? Yes.
Ben is the villain. Are you happy with the draft this year, Ben?
Yes, because I live in Atlanta and I'm from Detroit. And they both got fantastic picks. I don't even know which is better. And we were playing poker. The poker dealer's like, "Oh man, Detroit got that guy. I was hoping he would. He's rooting for the Giants for some reason." Yeah, the guy Detroit got was 6'6", 360.
Yeah.
Now, if you're 6'6", 360, what's the most likely position you play in football?
I don't know, it won't be running back.
That's correct.
I don't know the names of all the positions, but maybe one of those people that like stands in front of the quarterback.
That's correct. Offensive lineman.
Okay, thank
The
you.
guy who's right
I
in
just
front of
didn't know the name of
the
it.
guy who's right in front of the quarterback who gives him the ball is the center,
Yeah.
and the other people are offensive linemen. Most people can't spell or pronounce offensive, so they just say O lineman. Yeah, and a lot of that is because they went to Vegas and they saw O. Nose tackle. That's the defense. The offensive linemen are fatter than the defensive people. The defensive people are faster and quicker and better athletes, but they're not as fat. Now, I knew this one offensive lineman. He was Orca fat. Which movie is the line Orca fat from?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see who gets it.
What a horrible job that is. What? Being a football player or something else?
Yeah. Usual Suspects. Very good. Tackle out of Minnesota. When you're 6'9", 400, it's hard to move. So 360 is better than 400. 400's like, you're like, I'll get to the line in a second. So Green Bay had like the fattest guy ever, and they released him because he's too fat for football. And then he lived with another football player and worked out with him, got back, and they let him back on the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name? I want to say Gilbert, but I don't know why I want to say Gilbert. It's probably not Gilbert, but who is it? Green Bay, super fat. Who am I talking about?
So he was off the team?
They said, you're too fat. Yeah. And he said, I'm not fat, I'm big boned. So, yeah. Who says that the most? Which cartoon character says, I'm not fat, I'm big boned? There's one cartoon character that says it a lot.
I don't know. Homer?
No, that would be good. Eric Cartman from South Park. Ma'am, I want some cheesy poofs. Oh, no, he can take with the 9. I didn't see that. Damn, he didn't fall for my trick. Go Cartman. Go Chelsea. Chelsea's not the best. I was a member of the Chelsea Football Club, but it expired. But the Tottenham Hotspurs, they have heart. I went to 2 Chelsea games and 1 Tottenham game. About, I don't know, 8 years ago? Gilbert Brown? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Da-da. Well, yeah, nobody can go to India now. No. Americans can't go either, etc. All right, Karen, how many checkmates in one do I have? I'm going to take a nap. Oh, wait, period.
Let's see. One.
Frankly, delicious. Tottenham resigned? No. But they have heart. What's that? It's amazing how you guys don't know what checkmate is.
Well, let's see what.
I mean, it's check, and there's no way out. And so you guys still give really wrong answers.
Oh, but then you can get away. Oh, no,
What?
you can't. Oh, you can.
Are you kidding me?
Because you can go there. Well, we're not very good.
No, but you just keep thinking about it until you're right. They just give wrong answers.
Oh,
No, but here's my point.
two.
Okay.
Two. I see 2.
Right. My point is, how do you say more than there are? Like, people are like 4 or 5? What?
Because we're not very good.
Well, this is the professional one, by the way, because they're one I could hang my queen or something. Yeah, there's this one and this one. No, it's like they don't know what checkmate is.
Well, why is that so hard to understand that we're not very
No,
good?
no. If you don't see mate or you don't see mate, that's fine. If you say 0 or 1, that's fine. You say 3 or 4, I'm like, all right, what do you think is checkmate? And obviously they think that's checkmate. And they think that's checkmate. And obviously neither one is. So, I mean, what's wrong with everybody?
Well, because you can't see that it's escape
Terrible.
squares.
You forgot about King B8. It's right next to the king. Yeah, you forgot about that? No.
It's confusing.
How can you think that's mate when the king can go here?
Hey, I looked at that. I thought it for a moment when I was making my count. My
I
tally.
definitely thought Queen E6 was mate. Yeah.
Everything is
See, you know what's
made up
funny
enough
about
with
it? Like
E.
little kids think that this move is mate, but they don't. They just think this, and this. They never see the escape squares.
Well, it's hard to see them.
One reason they think this is mate is because in their head the queen's still here, so it's really
Yeah.
doing a good job. Yeah. 3389. Yeah. No, the visualization of the board is very difficult. And I've said this many times on my stream, but you guys weren't listening anyway. I had a student who was 6, and, she's not good. She's not good in a way you can't understand. You can't understand how she's not good.
What are you talking about?
A student I had before you were born.
Oh, that was 6. You
Yeah.
said? Okay.
You might be like, oh, I know what that means. No, you don't. Okay. So here was a reason she could never break like 400 rating, no matter what happened. Didn't matter what happened. Is I taught her how to play strategically correctly, and she did. She would, play in the center and get her pieces out. And then if there was a capture, there was no way she would ever see it for either side. So if she could take your queen, she would never take your queen. If you were going to take her queen, she would never see it. Never. She could look for 3 hours. And I gave her this puzzle once. Okay? And I'm going to show you the puzzle I gave her. Yeah. Anyway, she's a top golfer now. I don't know how to do stuff because I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb. Okay. Wait, I did analysis. What happened? Play? Analysis board. Okay. And now the board's going to look all funky. Okay. So I put a knight on the board. And I said, put a pawn. I gave her 8 black pawns. I said, put a pawn on every square the knight can move. So that would take me less than a second. Even physically, it would take me less than a second. Right? So the answer is this. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it was like 17 minutes. So it took her 17 minutes to do that.
Was she able to do it?
She did it. I mean, she was like sitting there with a pawn, you know. Then here's what the issue is. There's an issue. Okay? I'll tell you what the issue is. I'm not like a professional teacher. I teach chess, but I'm not like it. Okay. So here's a problem that she can't solve. Can't. Impossible. The reason it's impossible, here's why it's impossible. Mm-hmm. If you played this move, it would take her 8 minutes to see it attack the king and queen after the move is played. So she's never going to see here that attacks the king and queen. Never. Never. If it was here, then eventually she would see the king and queen is attacked. Eventually. But here it's impossible. There's no way she would ever see that this attacks the king and the queen from here. Now, here's the funny part of the story. This is a long time ago. She's probably 30 now. This is the funny part of the story. She played in a tournament I was at, and she was playing another kid who was, also good at chess. And their game did not end. They played and played and played, and nobody did anything. They made legal moves, but nothing happened. And the parents were watching, and the parents were like at the same level, or didn't know how to play, or better. Maybe they were like 900. And they were really getting upset because they wanted the game to end so the next round could start. And at some point, one of them said stalemate. It might have been stalemate. It might not have been. And the parents were like, yes! They're like cheering. And then the kids were happy the game ended. Because they're like, hey, the game's over. I mean, the game would never have ended ever. It didn't make any sense. Yeah. I would have won, but you didn't let me. 200 sentences. Yeah.
Well, you are allowed to
explain how the horsey moves. Wow.
Jump in as a TD.
Yeah, and say all right.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. Now, here's the funniest thing I ever saw in a kids tournament. It's not really, but this is the funniest thing I remember right now at this very second. Okay, there were two kids playing. And they're 100 strength if I'm being nice. If I'm not being nice, they're negative 1,000 strength. Okay, so this is a game I was watching in a kids tournament. And legal moves only. Okay. And I'm paraphrasing what happened, but okay, so it was like this. So white would not mate black, and then black would always walk into mate. Every move black was like, mate me, and white's like, no. So I watched this for like a long time. And I said, okay, it's a draw. And they said, okay, great. Like they didn't want to keep playing. When it ended, this girl who was like 5 months old. Now, obviously she wasn't 5 months old, but I think she was 3. I think. She climbed up on a chair and climbed on the table and said like, this was made every move to the two kids. But she climbed on the chair and she climbed on the table and then she's like, made every move. Come on, idiots. Yeah, that was funny. I didn't expect that. I like the way she climbed up. She had, she couldn't see anything, but she knew it was made. Yeah. The kids are the best. That's right. Yeah. All right, 3,500. You're so next. Are these people important? Is anybody important? Let's see. Some of these people's names sound familiar, but all right. This guy has the funny handle. Singapore. You think he's 378 strength? So far, he's already better than 378. Okay, so far, he's winning. So, terrible.
Yeah, that's a pretty low rating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who were the commentators today?
Leiko, I was watching it.
Oh,
And
okay.
Leiko's good. And then Tanya. But Leiko.
They're complaining a little bit in the chat.
Well, Tanya's, Leiko's really good, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Tanya's not as bad as she is. But, okay, Leiko. No, and the commentators are Rufus and Doofus, which they are on a lot of channels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to watch it. But when it's Leiko, yeah, and Leiko's better than Hare Krishna. And what I mean by that is Hare Krishna's better than Leiko. If they played a match now, Hare Krishna's the favorite. But Leiko actually understands chess better than Hare Krishna. It's Leiko's, Leiko played for the world championship and almost won. He lost the last game to Kramnik. If he had drawn, he'd be world champion. And Hare Krishna's not doing that. But now Leiko's in his 40s, so Hare Krishna's better. But Leiko understands stuff, and he's really good at explaining it and has a funny voice, so it's great. Yeah.
David Howell has amazing teeth.
Yeah, I actually got a text today about David Howell's teeth, and I'm not kidding. Somebody texted me about his teeth.
Yeah,
I told you.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I said the guy from Britain I used to teach has a lot of guitars.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told you what he said.
Mm-hmm. I have to remember.
Yeah. Well, I can't tell you because it's insulting to David.
No, off the stream.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's good trying to learn. That's good. That's a good joke. that's a good joke. Yeah, he did good. All right. I don't know. Something. Mm-hmm.
Any relation to Jewel?
Who, Ricky Martin?
Who? David Howell?
I'm not an old man. I'm a middle-aged man. I'm only old if you're younger than me. Oh, yeah, you are. Never mind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking at your phone isn't staring at it. Well, I'm going to ban him. Let's see. There we go. And he's a subscriber. All right, we'll time him out. And we'll ban him next time. On Family Guy, I think it's Family Guy, it might have been Simpsons. It's shown that Ricky Martin and Jewel are the same person. I got invited to a private Jewel concert at her home by Zoom. And you're admitting it? Damn. Karen seems a bit delirious. You mean like the song?
I'm pretty tired. I had such a long day. I know I'm tired all the time because I'm too busy.
Who's saying delirious? Delirious. Dun, dun, dun,
And the
dun,
Prince.
dun, dun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it my move? All right.
I saw Prince in concert. Purple Rain tour.
Dun, 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 dun.
It was pretty good.
Resigns. I did a lot of pre-moves there. In this position, I pre-move. In this position, I pre-move the rest of the game. So I went here, 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 here. Then I played here as a pre-move, but they resigned. So that was embarrassing for me.
How long have you been vegan?
Opponent has a higher rapid rating. Yeah. Hey, there he is. It's Dimebag. That's the one who texted me. Yeah. Way better than 378. Audio is low. The audio is normal, but usually I scream really loud like this, but now I'm not. And usually the mic's right in my face, and it's way over there near Karen, so you can hear her. So the audio is better than perfect. But I'll check anyway, because, sometimes the audio changes itself. Nope, audio is good. He's normal position. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just talking normally, and it's really far away.
Stella is a good beer. Yeah, that's the main thing that I drink. Hey, Victor Von Champ.
Is GM Gus really in jail? He's not in jail. He's in prison. That's different. 4 to 6. Jay Wolfen subscribe. Suspicious.
Hey, Jay Wolf.
Yeah. Can I have a Perrier?
Yeah,
Yes. They don't like when I ask you for a Perrier. They don't like that.
that's all right.
Very insulting.
mind.
I just want to steal her beer. That's all. No, normally the mic's much closer to me, and normally I'm screaming. But Karen's next to me, so the microphone has to be next to her, and I'm talking low because she's sitting next to me. And screaming, she'll be like, "Ah, God." Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's funny, like half of them believe that Gus is in prison. They do. They're like, "Oh, I can't get sub," you know.
All right.
Remember, everything I say is a joke, except that, and 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 that. It's from a cartoon. I don't know which one. They're all the same cartoon to me now. Who's the guy that I rated? It wasn't Salty Pirate, right? It was Salty something else.
Salty Clown.
Oh, okay. Similar.
Yeah, you followed him. He's up there again.
Uh-huh. All right, first non-sub to answer this correctly gets a sub. Ready? In what movie was the following line said? "Don't get saucy with me, Bernays." Dun, 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 dun. Die Hard. Not a good answer. Citizen Kane is correct, except for one thing. I don't know is correct. He doesn't know. Dun, 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 dun. Man, they just have no idea until they look up Google and find out.
Hey, Catface. How's it
You
going?
guys have no idea. You have to look at Google. Now,
Hey,
that's not the full
Kangaroo.
name of the movie, and that is. So who should I give it to? See what I'm saying? That's the name of the movie, and that's not. So I'll let you decide who gets it.
Wait, no, what?
That's not the correct name of the
Okay.
movie, but he knows the movie, and that is. And he spelled world wrong. So who should I give it to?
Well, they were just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the title of the movie. I'm giving it to the guy who got the title.
Okay.
Yeah. They even show previews for part 2, which was a joke. They were never making part 2. Purchase not complete.
Okay.
I can't even use my PayPal now? What? Ridiculous. Yay, it worked. Could it be something by Mel Brooks? Yeah.
Hey, you should scoot over. You're cut
Which
off.
way?
A little
This
bit.
way?
You're cut off a little bit, just the tiniest bit.
Yeah. It's a good thing I'm not married to, come on, Ben, remember her name. I can't remember anybody's name. I've said her name 800 million times. Come on. You know the woman who cut off her husband's you-know-what? What's her name?
It starts with an L. Not Lorna, but Bobbitt.
Bobbitt.
Some-
Lorena Bobbitt.
Lorena. I was
Yeah,
close, I was
it's good I'm
close.
not married to Lorena Bobbitt if I'm cut off. Because get in trouble there.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah, Lorena Bobbitt or something. Thanks for the 200 centidues. Can we say you play blindfold? That's right. Jews in space. Springtime for Hitler and Germany. Dun, dun, dun. They referenced that in History of the World Part 1. What movie is that from? The song Springtime for Hitler.
I'm not sure.
The producers. Zero Mostel, Gene Wilder, and I can't remember the guy who's the German guy. and he was in Young Frankenstein. He was really good in Young Frankenstein. What's the guy's name? I can't remember people's names. Who am I thinking of? Kenneth Mars. Thank you. Yeah. All right, what happened? He took there. All right. Man, Kenneth Mars was so good. I'll tell you something you don't know. Probably, yeah, nobody knows this because you don't even know what I'm talking about. All right. In the movie Cool Hand Luke, did you see it? You didn't see Cool Hand Luke?
Nuh-uh. Don't yell at me.
Oh my God. You didn't see Cool Hand Luke?
No, I didn't see
And she hasn't seen Snatch and Lock, Stock? God damn. Wow, you haven't seen Cool Hand Luke? Jesus Christ. Wow, I didn't know you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta I'm gonna lose on time now.
Shame on me.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing how good that movie is. You know what's amazing about it is Paul Newman is great and George Kennedy's better, which doesn't make any sense. George Kennedy's great. Okay. In Cool Hand Luke, there's a guy who says, what we have here is failure to communicate. The warden, right? Okay. Now, here's what you don't know. You knew that. That guy is in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and he hires them to guard the payroll. And then on the way back from getting it, he gets shot. Let's see here, and then here, I guess. 16 seconds. All right, for $1 trillion without reading the chat, what's that actor's name? If you read the chat, you might get it.
Somebody already put it in the chat.
What? Strother Martin is correct. Oh, it's my move. I didn't know it was my move. I almost lost on time not knowing it was my move. Terrible.
Trying to resign. Ben, why is your dirt in my hole? Good question.
Hey, look, 007. That was fortuitous. That means lucky. Yeah, I know what it means. This guy every 5 seconds wants to do a never resign clip to YouTube. Every 5 seconds he puts it in the thing. Hey, we're going to die on level 1. Come on, people.
Which clip? I don't know which clip he's talking about.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can try to do that. But you don't need it. Don't spam it. If you'll just send me a whisper, Karen ATL Chess Club.
What if it's a careless whisper?
Then I'll remember and we can do it. But
then wham.
Spamming it here won't help.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nobody remember.
The boom. His rating is Nazi good. Or is it Nazi bad? I don't know. Now, this guy's German and that's his rating. What's his goal rating? What rating does he want to achieve?
He's German.
Yeah, see, German flag.
749.
Oh, 999. Yeah, there we go. Everybody in the chat got it. Notorious Chaz gifted 2 subs to put us over the top. Thorn Trail gifted a sub. You guys are the best. Yeah, look at all that 999 there. All right. That's because I lost to Kangaroo, so now I'm mad. Was Kangaroo here when I told the Nakamura story? Because he'd like the end of that.
I can't remember.
What's up, my glip glops? He's hopping mad. I probably wasn't. It was yesterday. I'll tell it again, Kangaroo. Confusing the audience because Kangaroo didn't hear it. Yeah, you're the guy who needs to hear it. Okay. So Hikaru and I have been talking about what to do for our next sub battle, or if we do something else. He wanted to do story time. We have a story time emote. Okay, keep donating while I'm telling him what happened. Anyway, at some point, there was a lull in the conversation, and I said, "What do you do when you're not playing chess?" Because he's in California now instead of where he lives in Florida. He's gonna go back to Florida like in September, October. Anyway, he said I like to go for walks, and I have a new favorite place I like to walk to, the synagogue. That place is awesome. And I'm like, a synagogue? He's like, yeah, I didn't know what a synagogue was, but I kept walking by this building. So eventually I went into the building to see what it was, and a guy approached me and said, "Can I help you, sir?" And I said, "Yeah, is this a house of worship?" He's like, "Yeah." He says, "What is it, like Methodist, Baptist, Lutheran?" "No, sir." And he's like, "Oh, is it like a Roman Catholic?" "No, sir." He says, "Well, then what are you?" And he said, "Jew, sir." Let's see. Etc. And now Hikaru loves it. When Hikaru retold the story to me, he still didn't get it. He just thought there was a juicer. And I was like, Hikaru, frankly, ridiculous. The end. People said I was dumb, but I proved them. Yeah. What's Kangaroo have to say about that? It's a god tier joke. Well, let's get the hype train going if you like the joke. Kangaroo said, worst joke ever. No. Boo. I did tell it yesterday, but Kangaroo wasn't there, so I told it for Kangaroo. Also, I wasn't on Chess TV. 300 centidues. Thank you, whoever you are. You're Zan13. And thanks to BG Yoshi for the 5 subs. This is a hotel? What show's that from? This is a hotel, question mark.
SpongeBob?
Yes! There you go.
I've never seen
Who
it.
said it?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Patrick. Then later in the episode ended with, "This is a hospital?" Why do you have your suitcase full of rocks? I don't tell you how to live your life. That's a great answer. Can't argue with that.
You love that story, J. Rob?
Yeah. Don't tell me how to live my life. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Krusty Towers and Chocolate with Nuts, it's hard to beat those episodes. You can beat them, but it's hard.
I'm so glad I didn't go to karaoke.
Why? Because you bet against yourself or something?
No, because I would only get to sing twice. And now if I go tomorrow night, I can sing a whole bunch.
Yeah, Krusty Towers is really good.
The sound won't be as good, though.
Now, let me tell you one of my favorite lines in all of SpongeBob. It's in Grandma's Kisses. And all Patrick is doing is eating cookies. That's all he's doing. He's cookies. And then he's like, oh. And then Grandma brings out more cookies. And he's like, I can't eat anymore. Then his face turns into a vacuum. And the vacuums up the cookies. And he says, great. Anyway, then he says, man, I'm never going to eat a cookie again, like ever. Oh, and his stomach is like really weirdly shaped. Okay? So 5 minutes later, Grandma says, Patrick, I have a present for you. And he says, oh, let it be cookies. And when he said that, that was hilarious. Let it be cookies. You really wanted cookies. I didn't see that was legal. No.
Cookies are pretty good.
Half a second left. She'll probably pre-move that or that.
And you were yelling
So
when
go there.
people couldn't see the escape square earlier.
Yeah.
Yelled at us.
Ash 99999. I hope it's cookies. Yeah, I like foreign language films. Exactly. Yeah, Krusty Towers is great. Grandma's Kisses is great. I like when the episode where SpongeBob has to renew his milkshake license. He has to renew it because it's expired. So he had to go learn how to make a milkshake. Yeah. I can give you detailed analysis on whatever you want. SpongeBob, Mel Brooks, or any other. It doesn't matter.
Hey, Samuel.
As long as it's detailed. Okay, that's wrong. That's wrong. My chess isn't too good. I lose to Kangaroo, but I can do other stuff. Not sure what it is. The two bishops donated a sub. What else? Yeah. No Country for Old Men.
What about it?
They want detailed analysis. That guy had a great haircut. Yeah, he's great. If you want to see a great Javier Bardem movie, this will kill two birds with one stone, and I'm a vegan, so you know that it's good. Somebody about a minute ago said, do you like foreign language films? Then somebody said, do an analysis of No Country for Old Men. I'm going to satisfy both of you. In No Country for Old Men, the star, well, there's like 3 stars, is Javier Bardem. If you want to see a great Javier Bardem movie, that's a foreign language film, it's beautiful. Beautiful. But it's like Spanish beautiful, so it's not, it's not supposed to say beautiful, but that's a great movie. You agree?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
It's
Beautiful.
from about 9 or 10 years ago. That's a great movie. Yeah.
I saw the one that was so sad, where he's a paraplegic.
He was a good villain in a Bond movie, too. The movie wasn't too good, but he was a good villain.
He's really good. Did you see it? I think it was called The Sea or something like that. Did you see that one?
What's it called?
The Sea, I think.
No.
But maybe I have the wrong
Chocolate with Nuts
title.
and somebody said Chocolate with Nuts is the best episode.
I think I have the wrong title.
Level 2 completed. Boo, boo. Chocolate with Nuts was my favorite episode, but
The
Krusty
Sea
Towers
Within.
might be better.
Yeah, The Sea Within, The Sea Within.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
didn't see
really
it.
a good movie.
Yeah, I really like Chocolate with Nuts and Krusty Towers. I can't decide. Yeah. I think Krusty Towers is better, but I like Chocolate with Nuts better. It'll make you live forever. No.
You like that movie, Papa?
You don't eat it. You rub it on your skin. A great movie is Where's Papa? Did you see that?
No.
It's a documentary from 35, 40 years ago. And it's about a person who has mental issues, and he's older. And they, there's also like an actor in it. Like, I don't know why, but it's a documentary. So, but anyway, so there's a scene where somebody says, what time is it? To the guy who's mentally challenged. And he does this. I think it's about 1 o'clock. And it's like it's a ticking, he's mentally challenged.
Oh.
That was a funny scene. Yeah. Lars Van Trier makes great movies. For example, Karen.
Is he the one that did
Yes.
Dancing in the Dark?
No,
Oh.
Dancer in the
Or
Dark.
Dancer in the Dark, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That was Bruce Springsteen. The other
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
Got my title so excited. Yeah, that movie was really good.
Yes.
Seems
Man,
like
that
he did another
now,
one that I
if you've
like.
seen Dancer in the Dark and you haven't, if you have seen it, the guy who's in love with Bjork, he's the greatest actor ever. He's in Seinfeld, the Frogger episode. He's the guy that wants to know where the holes are. He's the electrician. And then he's also in Fargo, where he's the guy that doesn't say anything, but he kills everybody. He killed Steve Buscemi good. Did you see Fargo?
A very long time ago.
How did he kill Steve Buscemi?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's so long.
He kills him, then he puts him in the wood shredder, like the thing, so there's nothing left of his body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hooray for whatever happened there. Wood chipper, yeah. Yeah, Slippery Pete, that's right. Yeah, that guy's a genius of the highest caliber. That I forgot his name. I know his name. I can't think of it. What's his name? I know his name. Somebody put his name. Do it. I know the guy's name. Peter Stormare. Yeah, that guy's great. Can't beat whatever he does.
He's in Chocolat.
Oh yeah, I saw Chocolat.
I saw that too.
My heart melted. The chocolate, anyway. What would Lizzo say about White's position?
Truth hurts.
Yeah, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah,
Are you ready?
Sure.
Checkmate. God damn. Whew. God, this is the movie. This is the game God versus Damn.
That's a different movie, like Water for Chocolate. I saw that. I loved that one. That was a different movie, though.
Yeah, Gary the Wrath of God is great. Werner Herzog. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked like Water for Chocolate.
There's a really good movie that Karen would like. I never asked her if she saw it, but you guys wouldn't like it because, it's, you wouldn't like it. It's called Out of Africa. You saw that?
I saw it. I didn't really like it.
You didn't like it? Yeah, they really wouldn't like it. Anyway, Klaus Maria Brandhauer's in it, and he plays himself and his twin brother. Okay? And there's a scene where Klaus Maria Brandhauer is talking to somebody. I don't even know who he's talking to. And he says, yeah, I like to have sex with virgins because I don't like complaints. I don't like complaints. Yeah, I like that movie. That was before you were born.
I thought it was overblown. Wasn't Robert Redford in that? I just don't like him as an actor.
Yeah,
most
but
of the time.
he's not an actor.
There was no chemistry there at all.
He's not an actor. He's just pretty.
There was no.
No, but there's Klaus. Yeah, he's not an actor. He's pretty. But there's Klaus Maria Brandhauer and Meryl Streep.
I don't get it.
He's pretty. What do you mean you don't get it? I
don't think he's that pretty.
Well, I mean, other women think he's pretty.
He's bad skinned.
Obviously,
there was no chemistry there.
Obviously, can't act.
No chemistry at all. Can't act.
Yeah, Klaus Maria Brandauer's great. Yeah.
The movie was overblown and too long. That I do remember.
Tim Burton is insanely overrated.
I don't like those.
That's correct.
Sweeping epics can be just over the top sometimes, and that's how that one felt to me.
The one good thing about Tim Burton is it's easy to make fun of him for these cartoons. So they make fun of him like on Family, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah. What about A Fish Called Wanda? That was good. Okay. Back to doing whatever it is I was doing. He was good looking in his younger years. Now, some of you don't know this. Some of you don't. Most of you do. There's a meme that's used all the time on the internet. They zoom in on a guy who has a big beard and he nods. And for years or months or centuries, most people thought that was Zach Galifianakis. And it turns out it's Robert Redford. People confuse Zach Galifianakis and Robert Redford. Didn't see that coming. Yeah. Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson. I didn't see Jeremiah Johnson, but yeah. Kobe. No, Johnny Depp's not handsome. He's pretty. So you can't say a guy's pretty. And so forth. Dun, 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 dun. What country is this? Jordan. Is it Jordan Page country? What's going on here? The beard does it. Yeah. Where's the merch? Type ! merch.
Yeah, and we hired some new people to work for us at the chess club.
People? Yeah.
And one of our employees added some new merch recently.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cute onesie.
Yeah, I wore it on stream once. Sold out immediately. Yeah. Da-da-da. Exclam murder. I almost spelled it right. How come exclam merch didn't work when these guys typed it in?
I don't know.
Oh, because it was typed in there. Moobot did it. Yeah. Chess bra should sell chess bras. That's right. Good, good. Go, Moobot. Go, Kangaroo. Yeah, I like Road to Perdition. That is a good movie. In Road to Perdition, did you see it?
I don't think I did.
What does Tom Hanks do to Paul Newman? The answer is make sweet love. No. What's the answer?
I don't know. I didn't see
Kills
it.
him.
Oh.
Yeah, Tom Hanks was mad because Paul Newman went to old school.
Mm.
Well, this is the most exciting, ridiculous move, so I'll play that. See, I checked him. That's pretty good compensation. And a pawn. Wow, that's pretty good, right? Man, I'm so lucky sometimes. He'll block with the queen, because rook d7 is better. What? You block with the correct piece? Frankly, ridiculous. I wouldn't have played there if I knew you were going to play a good move. Oh. Well, now what do I do? Wah, wah. Cry like a grandmaster. All right, I don't know. I'm only down the exchange because I was up a piece when I, something. Let's see. Bishop takes, but I should sack my queen. I don't know why I should sack my queen, but people like when I sack my queen. So,
It is exciting.
yeah.
What's Spencer up to? I don't know. We haven't talked to him
The two bishop. Spencer streams.
today.
Spencer Zug. He streamed today.
No, they said what's he doing tonight?
Oh, tonight, got cats.
He might be out and
I
about.
wonder if he's cool for cats. My position was good until it wasn't. I'm probably going to lose this game, except for one thing.
Yeah, I was gonna go to karaoke, and sometimes he goes, but then I decided I was too tired, and I didn't want to be up late again. Did you order some merch, or you ordered something else?
Several years ago, Carrie Underwood married a Japanese guy whose last name was Aoki, and she changed her name to Karaoke. When she was really big, Carrie Underwood,
Yeah.
I don't mean like famous, I mean fat, right? The Beatles wrote a song about her. You're gonna carry that weight, carry that weight. He'll play Queen Check, you're hanging his queen. I have spoken. Damn. Should have spoke sooner. I've never been so angry.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing. Oh wait. Let me see what's.
I win.
Yay.
Let's see how I played. 0 mistakes, 4 blunders. One player was winning, but then gave it away, like a Georgia State co-ed. I can't believe it says that. Jesus. Cold-blooded. Norwegian Underwood. Isn't it good? Two bishops gifted a sub. What else? Let's get to 3,300 subs today. How many subs do we have? Somebody type exclamation mark stats or something. You know why this guy never resigns and he always gets mated when he loses?
No.
He's too legit. Too legit to quit. Who sings that? If you can call it singing.
I can't remember.
Let's see if the chat knows. 3248. That's right, MC. It's hammer time. Only 52 subs away. John Stamos, Madonna, terrible.
Hey, do you know that song? I think it's Like a Stone, Audio Slave.
Yes,
I love that song.
that's correct.
I'm gonna sing that song
That's a great song.
probably tomorrow night.
You're absolutely correct. You've never been more correct. That song is frankly delicious.
Yeah. I'm gonna sing that song. I forgot about that song that I was listening to
Mhm.
today. Sing that.
More viewers than subs. Hammer, don't hurt him.
Let's see. So it's 10:45 almost. I might head home. I'm a little bit sleep deprived.
Not gave a sub, and it wasn't for Not.
We're talking about Like a Stone, Abe Froman.
Is it like a Rolling
I
Stone?
think that's the right name. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this not your home? No. Ridiculous.
I like the way it starts out, something like on a cobweb afternoon or something like that. That's a really great line.
Eh,
Or whatever it says.
eh, eh, eh.
Yeah, this is not our home. This is a chess club.
Always sack the exchange.
We live about,
4.5 miles
RIP,
away.
10 minutes from here. Yeah, frankly, a go-go.
Yeah, I sacked the exchange. Are you proud of me?
Yeah. Hikaru or Magnus tomorrow?
Man, I want to sack the exchange again. Guy's pretty high rated for me to play bad moves on purpose, but still, I mean, I have to do it. Whatever. If he dies, he dies.
It's like a compulsion.
Yeah, I mean, I always sack the exchange. What didn't you understand about always? This isn't a tampon commercial. Come on. Alright. So I'm down 2 exchanges and 3 pawns. That's pretty good, right? Pretty good. All right, I'm only down the exchange and 2 pawns. Getting better.
So why didn't you take the rook?
Oh, my queen was here? I didn't see it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Yeah, but you were right. I should take it.
Because I was like trying to figure it out. Like, what is
No,
this your trick?
I'm an idiot's idiot. I was at the Village Idiots convention. Oh. This makes it more exciting. If I took the rook, the game would be over now. I'm probably losing, so that's good. Yeah, now and only now can we have the exchange of sex for discounts.
That's the only way you're gonna win.
What's that?
That's the only way you're gonna win.
What?
Sex for discount.
Yeah. Who said that?
I
What
don't know.
show?
I don't know.
Really?
No.
Kramer said it. Seinfeld.
Yeah, which episode?
So she has a British boyfriend who works in a clothing, like a gentleman's clothing, like expensive store.
Mm. Oh yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, and then he's like, maybe he's just using me. He's like, keeps saying he's getting a discount on clothes, but then the clothes never come in because he's lying. He's like, maybe you're using him. And he says, if you want your relationship to work, you have to understand, sex for discounts. I could have taken that and taken that, but I think that loses. That's why I didn't do it. Winning a whole rook, I'm still losing. We keep the attack going. Oh, wait a minute. That's the end of that attack. Damn. Now I'm super losing. Super losing. I'm super losing. Ow. Everybody's saying super. Ooh, gotta watch it here. All right. Super losing. I'm super losing. I had 0.9 seconds. That seemed like I might do badly. Ah, 0 mistakes, 0 blunders, 0 missed wins. Also, 3 mistakes, 6 blunders, 2 missed wins. But I did sack a lot of exchanges, so I'm proud of myself. Okay, that's wrong, that's wrong. All right. How the hell? What? I won on time and I won on the board. What's the problem? Come on, people. We need a lot more subs to get to 3,300. That's right. Computers don't understand style. Exactly. And so forth.
All right. Good night, Arch.
Good night, Kings of New England. All right, let's go, people. Let's get 1 billion subs. Yeah, it's called the Albin Counter Gambit. It is sort of the opposite of the Falk beer. Yeah, when they were confirming, the justice, who was, a rapist, well, that's more than one of them, he said, he plays chess, and he said, I like Falk beer. So.
I don't know what that means.
He said, I like beer, and they made fun of him on SNL. Matt Damon said, I like beer. That's funny. It's funny that two, people who committed sexual illegal acts are Supreme Court justices. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the truth hurts. Not as supreme as I thought. So, a long time ago, just a second. Yeah. Anyway, a long time ago, I think it was the late 60s, Donna Summer was being wooed by a young dandy, right? You know what it was called? The Supreme Court.
Wait, what?
She was in the Supremes?
No, we had the wrong. Didn't you say Donna Summer?
I didn't say Diana Ross?
You messed up the joke.
Damn. I didn't say Diana Ross. I said Donna Summer? Boo, boo. I do that. I think one thing. I think one thing and say the other thing. I do that a lot. Like, I want to say 4 and I say 6. And I'm like, I didn't say 4. I don't know why I said 6. I guess I'm insane in the membrane. Got no brain. Man, this guy's asking for it. I'm just not sure what he's asking for. She works hard for the money. All right, where's the mate? 600 centidues. Thanks, Xenoid. I have to envision where the mate is and then put my pieces on those squares. All right. You know what it's like when God has a gun? Because if you don't, you're going to find out. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, now if he doesn't do anything, and I can do what I want, then I have some questions for you. Yeah, that doesn't really stop me. It does a little. So the point of Kier was to play knight here, mate. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I play king h8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure that out.
What would the guy in Taken say to white here?
Um,
Good luck. I have no particular skills. Let's see. Rook d5, bishop takes rook. Then I could take and go mate him, but he could just give up his rook and I can't mate him. Terrible. So I guess this is the right move. I hate to do that because it's so obvious. Always trigger 24 subscribed. Yeah. The joke was supreme, but I messed it up. I got mate to the right of him, mate to the left of him, shattered and sundered. Yeah, he also could have played bishop g4. So he's doing like a computer-esque kind of job. Because knight g8's not mate then, because he has king g5. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I have like an infinite number of mates in 2. But do I have a mate in 1? Let's see, I have 2 moves that are check, and neither one's mate. But the audience thinks they're both mate. All right, so I'm going to play this, because I like the final position that will, I like this final position. And what's funny is the other rook is also mate. It's taken with other rook as mate. But I mean, I just think this is a funny final position. It looks illegal. Like, how'd that happen? Anyway, he developed his piece as well. He thought he was winning that game, so he complained to everybody that he was robbed. Dun, 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 dun.
wait, J. Rob said something. Go back.
Yeah, I hate that counter gambit. Yeah, truth hurts. Yeah, king h8 was the key. Get my king to safety.
It is hard to find time. I never get to study chess much. Lately, anyway. All right, I'm going to go home because I'm tired.
You could be tired here. There's couches.
Well, I want to go.
Tell the dogs I said, woof, woof. So did you feed the dogs before you came here?
Yeah, and let him out.
Ooh, they didn't need to be let out, but good. They like to let
Twice.
out. Damn, they've been out like 20 times today.
They like to go out a lot.
They do? Well, I mean, one of them does. The other one doesn't care. He doesn't care. He literally doesn't care if he go out. But the other one does.
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out? How do you know what year that movie how do you know How do you know what year that song came out? It's a song about letting the dogs out, okay? That was Stewie and Brian. Brian knew the year it came out, and Stewie's like, "What? How do you know that? That song sucks." Whose turn is it?
So I'm going to go home and watch Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah. No, I mean, Cool Hand Luke's like top 20 movie of all time. You haven't seen Cool Hand Luke?
I think I did see
Wow.
it.
Wow.
I think I did see
Yeah.
it. I
And
just
you
don't remember.
and you didn't see Cuckoo's Nest until I saw it with you. You had
That's
seen
not
it.
true. Yeah,
You had? Okay.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen Snatch, and you haven't
haven't
seen
seen-
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
I haven't seen the Guy Ritchie movies except for didn't he
Snatch-
do that one
Snatch is really good.
that had the
Revolver?
no,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was a director. Didn't it won some Academy Awards?
Academy Awards doesn't sound like Guy Ritchie.
I thought it did. Okay, maybe I have the wrong one.
When I was a kid, who was my favorite guy? Okay, in the chat, I'll give the first non-sub a sub. When I was a little kid, who was my favorite guy?
Your favorite guy.
When I was a kid. You know, like Guy Ritchie.
Oh,
Yeah, no, the name has to be Guy. That's 100 sentences. All right, what does that say? Dan.
Favorite guy.
Yes! Somebody got to put their sub.
Where?
Like, I'll tell you. This is right.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't know who that is.
I can't believe somebody got it. You're also a sub. Well, how much time do I have? Okay. Guy Fieri. Yay! The first non-sub to get it. Guy Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a character on Sesame Street. Guy Smiley. He's great. Guy Smiley.
I don't remember that character. I watched Sesame Street.
Yeah, truth hurts. He wasn't on a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hosted the game shows, that's right.
Hmm.
Guy Smiley.
I can't remember.
See, I'm a grandmaster, so you can't take that. And he's like, oh, how dare you? I mean,
All right.
all my sacrifices are unsound, but as a consequence, all my shootings be drive-bys.
Hey, I'm going.
I believe you.
That was the.
I told Karen what we're
Nail
going to
in the
do.
coffin.
I told Karen what we're going to do, and she said, no. And I said, look, I'm in charge here. What I say goes. And she said, you better say Karen, because I'm going. Still left for the honeymooners.
All right. Is he shooting blanks?
100 sentences. Any big plans? Yeah, we're going to go to the World Championship. Oh, snap.
Yeah, that is going to be fun. What is the Cool Hand Luke thing about? He yelled at me earlier for not having seen it.
I was just shocked you haven't seen it. I mean, I wasn't yelling. I was like, wow.
I think I did. I just don't remember.
I mean,
But
Cool
bye.
Hand
I'm
Luke.
going. I'm tired.
Let's talk more about Cool Hand Luke. All right, I'm losing on time and on the board. So let me rectify that.
All right. Let me get back over here.
Bye-bye, Karen.
Okay, look at this.
Dun, dun, dun. Several people say that you're high, but I mean, she might be, but that she's just exhausted.
I'm so tired.
Yeah. She got up, she went to sleep at 1:30 and woke up at 5, and then she did like 5,000 things today.
Oh.
And I slept till 11. You did take a 25-minute nap.
I got up at 6 something.
Oh, okay, but no, at 5 you were up. You must have went back to sleep.
I was laying there for about an hour.
I can't get to
I
sleep.
had a headache.
And then went to sleep at 1:30, so. Then she had to go to a breakfast at a school at 8, then a birthday party, then a shower, then a mani-pedi, and then some stuff I can't talk about on stream. So, 13 seconds. Wow. I was telling the long story of your day, and I'm going to lose on time now.
The mani-pedi took much longer than I thought.
Yep. All right, I got 12 seconds, and he has a lot of time. So that's bad. And I should feel bad.
I hadn't had it done in so long.
Man, I play really badly. Should probably play better. Oh, God. Wow, what's happening? I'm like, it's going slow. That's not a good time for that. I lost on time. Yeah, a couple moves were slow there. Like I was trying to move and it like waited, It didn't matter. I would have lost anyway, but
Yeah.
Don't do that when I have 10 seconds left. Ah, terrible. Karen left and I lost. 4 mistakes, 1 blunder, but your opponent cheated with an engine. Really? I don't think he cheated with an engine. Yeah, that's what it said in the recap of the game. Terrible. Yeah, like here's how you know he didn't cheat with an engine. Knight F6 here, Knight G8. Boo, boo. Terrible. Boo. Otherwise he played okay. But yeah, knight here, frankly, not delicious. Can't believe a back and forth game where you cheated with an engine. That'd be good like April 1st, chess.com, whatever. Boo! No beating me. Okay, now I'm mad. And you won't like me when I'm mad, and you won't like me when I'm not mad. That's, just doesn't matter. You just don't like me. All right. I'm going to give it away like a Georgia State co-ed. Now I have to spot everybody a queen so I don't feel bad. Now if I lose, it's okay. Always retreat. Go, Ben. So guy said, dang, I need to go to Georgia State. Yeah, I have some, let's see. I'm going to bring my food home and eat it. Is this mine? And that you ate yours?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine. I have more food than you. Did you want some of these too? All right. Yeah. You're telling me. All right. All right. So I have a lot of food. I'm going to throw out a lot of garbage before I leave. We have 4 lights in here now. Damn. What's happening? All right. What's my move? What do you do? 97? Rawr. Don't need a lousy queen. Look at that. 4 pawn attack. Jamiroquai is super terrible. Yeah. Nothing's worse than Jamiroquai. Nothing on earth. Ever. That's ever happened. So, yeah. You should feel bad. Yeah. No. Terrible. Yeah, if they were German, they'd be the worst. Let's see. Terrible. No, you didn't miss a cheater. I was kidding. Nobody cheated. Ridiculous. If he cheated, he would have played better. Yeah, at the end, he was just playing silly like me. Just moving fast.
You can have these too, because these are just like yesterday taste.
Let me see. What are they?
It's more of that kind of dish.
Why is there this thing in though? All right. All right. I'll eat that too. All right. What happened? Bishop e7. I have good compensation for a queen, except for one thing. I consider Jamiroquai very bad because they're very bad. And they should feel bad. Not sure why. Not sure when. Not sure why. Ah, man, I'm losing on time too. Damn. I'm losing every way possible. Time, position, other stuff. Maybe you won't see this. Yes, okay. Now I'm confident again. I'm confident again. I don't want to play that. Home, you don't play that. I'm catching up on time, I guess. Position's looking better. There's good and there's not good. His queen is not good. What, he's getting his queen good. Don't do that. I want to live. Whoa. That, I think Queen H4 I thought was his idea. I guess thinking's not my strong suit. Always retreats. Oh, I didn't see that. Darn. I just thought he was checking me randomly. Boo. My play is bad and I should feel bad. Yay. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. $100 Chessables learning style? I have no idea. I barely have heard of Chessables, so I don't know what it is. What if Ben loses the game? What? You thought I was going to lose the game? Terrible. I mean, you guys like Jamiroquai. I guess that's why you thought I was going to lose. All right. I still have my queen? Oh. From Colombia. So many threats. Impossible to stop them all. Chess Boyardee subscribed. Good, good. Hooray. Always retreat. Look at those weaknesses on the white squares. Terrible. All right, we're off Chess TV. No. I think we're off. I don't know. Lost a few hundred viewers. Let's get that last train going. It's the last train to Chessville. I'll meet you at the station. Don't be... Why can't I play H6? Come on, computer. I should restart my computer. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, da, da, da. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna be knocked down a queen. Dun, da, dun, da, dun, dun. Yeah, too many people. And I'm definitely off of Chess TV. 2,700. Oh, damn. Frankly, terrible. At least let's get to 3,300 subs. We got to have a goal. Let's see. Exclam stats. 3252. Damn, we need 48 subs? This seems unlikely. I guess this is better. This game will be tough. I have a pawn for a queen. What are you talking about? He can blunder his queen. I can't blunder my queen. Yay! Thanks for the 50 subs, Thaddeus. Now, you're actually the best person who ever lived. The other ones were I'm just joking around. But you, also thanks to Rise of the Yordles, you're also great. But 1/50th as great as Thaddeus, which is good because Thaddeus is the greatest person who ever lived. So 1/50th as good is pretty good. Well, you know, that's not bad. Yay, Thaddeus is the best around, and no one can ever keep him down. How much is 50 subs? It depends. Like at Subway, it's about $320. No, he's sacking a piece and he's 800. Damn. Harsh. Let's see. Take this or with the bishop? Maybe with the bishop. Man, this guy's trying to mate me and he's 800. That's not very nice. Now I have 2 pawns for the queen. Man, hard to beat me now. 2 pawns for the queen. Yeah, You know, that's pretty impressive. You got to admit. Put it in H. Let's see. If he doesn't mate me in one move, I should be okay. You get a sub. Yay! 3,300 subs. You guys are the best. Hey. Stockfish level of subs. Yeah, 3,300. We got more viewers, too. You guys think when I'm down a queen for a pawn that I'm going to lose? Have you watched my stream before? I only lose when I'm not paying attention. If I'm paying attention, I don't lose very often. However, I do never pay attention, so I guess you guys got me. But all right. Bishop e4. Tommy Chong. Toby Wong. I don't know. I don't tip. Just because society says I tip these guys, not tip these guys. That's bullshit. Why do I tip a guy at a restaurant, but I'll tip the guy at McDonald's? He's convinced me. Give me my $1 back. Why is my name Mr. Pink? There's something cool like Mr. Brown or Mr. Black. Those names are already used at other places, at other jobs. Yeah, he'll think it's May. He wants to see Rick take tonight. Winning on the board and winning on the clock. Who needs a queen? I do. My beard is so sexy. Too sexy for my beard. Too sexy for my beard. Da-da. Da-da-da-da. What's getting crushed up a queen? What did I say? Was it from The Simpsons? What did I say? Those? I mean, I might have. I don't even know what I said. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, of course, I do. Sometimes I make several references in a sentence. You gotta tell me which part of the sentence. Yeah. It's Steve Buscemi. No. Yeah, I did quote Steve Buscemi and I quoted The Simpsons like back to back. Another show, The Tracy Ullman Show. The first episode that was not part of The Tracy Ullman Show was when they got Santa's Little Helper from the dog track. But since that's a Christmas episode, most people believe Bart the Genius was the first episode because that wasn't a Christmas episode. That's up for you guys to decide. I'm not one to decide. Yeah. Etc. Madonna's Quickie Mart. Yes. So her boyfriend introduced her to a friend of his called Ian. And then Elaine's like, oh, hi, Ian. It's not Ian, it's Ian. Let's see, what was his name? I know the random 1 second when he introduces Elaine to his friend Ian. I can't remember his name. Can't remember his name. I know his name, I just can't remember it. Quidgibo. Quidgibo's not in the dictionary. Sure it is. It's a dumb North American ape. Craig. Yeah, that's right. Craig, I agree with Craig. I knew his last name too, but I can't remember stuff. I was going to say Ian. Yeah, no, Ian is the friend of Craig. Yeah. I'll give you a discount too. What? Quidgibo. Craig T. Nelson? Incorrect. Craig T. Nelson goes to Peter and gives him a gun and says, get it over with. Jerry thinks it's Greg. Jerry, I thought your name was Gary the first time we met. I might have called you that a few times, and I want to apologize. Well, thanks, because I did notice that, and I appreciate the apology. Who was the other actor? Jerry Seinfeld, and who was the other actor? Dun, 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 dun. She wants a Nicole Miller dress. Come on, who was the actor? Marlon Brando? Gary Shandling? Terrible. People who were never on Seinfeld. Come on. He did this, the 12 steps. He worked in the ice cream store. Come on. Come on. Hey, you guys don't know? Come on, it's a Seinfeld question. What's wrong with you guys? Come on. Come on. You know Daisy. You know Daisy at all. James Spader. Very good. Yeah, I just give a queen away every game because somebody beat me. So I just want to show that if I try, I give a queen away and win every game. I'm like mad that I lost, so just give a queen away, and so forth. Let's ruin his pawn structure. Let's see, which one's this? Argentina? Oh, when he loses up a queen, I'm not going to cry for him. Always retreat. That's good. I like that. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Not much to ask for. I want the two bishops. He has an isolated pawn. I have the two bishops. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm really against trying. I don't like trying. But okay, if I sack a queen, then I have to try. Otherwise, I can't, and then I, lose. Very embarrassing for all, for everyone. All right, who's going to put Thaddeus in his place and give 51 subs? Didn't see that coming. I can't play Rook B1 and take his B pawn because his B pawn's gone. Frankly, terrible. Dun, 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 dun. Not much to ask for. Yeah, it's much more fun not paying attention. This is like work. Ugh. I'm like trying to win. Terrible. It's like a 2400, I don't mind, but trying to win is 1300 is mean. It's like killing a mosquito with a nuclear weapon. Come on. It's just overkill. Day after day, I'm down a queen. Night after night, my opponent's not using his queen very well. Close to mate, fade away. Dun, 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 dun. Never play F6. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Two bishops. 3 isolated pawns. No, I didn't see that. Darn. Well, at least I got the 2 bishops. That's all that matters. No. Now I'm down a queen and the exchange. But I have the 2 bishops. He keeps playing good moves. Boo, boo. It's going to be tough to win because I don't have a lot of pieces left. I'm still going to win, but it's tough. That's my point. It's tough. Yeah, that's no good. Every move is no good. Wendell Ronstadt was right. All right, he won't see Rook B3. He'll be too afraid of this. Damn. I was hoping you'd play Rook B3. I can't play Rook B3. Is there mate in 1 for him? No. All right. 2 bishops, what else? This is a hammer and tongs game. All three results will happen. Especially at night. I worry over situations. Be alright. It's just overkill. Day after day, I have the two bishops. Night after night, I also have the two bishops. Fade away. Dun, 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 dun. Always repeat. My God. Yes. Jesus, that was hard. Well, I guess it's more fun than just winning. One mistake, two blunders. You outlasted your opponent after making a mistake. Yeah. All right, so I'm 3-0, giving my queen away in the first 4 moves. Still tired. Man, that was hard. You can do it. What? The 50 subs are done? No, let's get 51 subs. Did more people vote that I would win or lose? It depends what site you're on, Demonic Giraffe. More people voted I would win? Good, good. I wasn't using an engine. I gave my queen away for a pawn on move 3. Come on. Terrible. All right, they get higher rated and higher rated. I still give away my queen in the opening. Because sometimes you have to say, what the heck? Risky business. Dun, 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 dun. 1492. That's pretty high rated to give queen odds. I mean, not really, but you guys think it is. Now you can vote who's going to win. Yeah. Yay, got my queen back. Bishop takes, wins the queen. Oh, knight takes, he has bishop e3. All right. All right, I'm only down 2 pieces now. But I do have 3 pawns for 2 pieces. So I'm just like normal lost, not insanely lost like I was when I gave my queen away. Bum, 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 bum. You're going to lose. I don't lose when I try. I lose when I don't try. Then I always lose. Dun, 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 dun. No, actually, Fen Beingold asked me, what rating of player do I think I would be equal or better than in 3-minute queen odds? And I said like 2100. And he was like, what? He was really mad when I said that, like insulting. And then somebody asked Eric Rosen, he said, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, 2100 queen odds at 3 minute. That's that's a fair fight. This is not a fair fight. He's 1492, so I'm going to win on the board and win on the clock. I don't like to tell people how bad they are because I'm a nice guy. But you're bad and you should feel bad. 1492 means you're 2,000 rating points worse than Hikaru online. How can you be 2,000 points worse than somebody? I mean, I'm 1,000 points worse, but you don't hear me bragging about it. Oh, wait, maybe I do. Salty Singularity subscribed. A 2100 is 1,200 points lower than Hikaru. How good do you think a 2100 is? Like, let's say you're 1,500. Do you think a 400 is good? Because they're 1,100 points lower than you. You see what I'm saying? No? All right. 2,100. Well, obviously you'll put money on it. You probably have a lot of engines. You're 2,100. I mean, I would bet all the money in the world that Hikaru and Magnus are monster favorites against in 3 minute online if somebody's 2,100 online. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they could adopt them. 10-0. The huge favorite, but I don't know if they would adopt them. But maybe. One of my favorite sayings is, when I was 1,700, I knew nobody could give me 5 minutes to 1. And when I was a grandmaster, I knew people could. Bum, 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 bum. Is it 51 subs? Charlie G subscribed. Hooray. He's an OG. Bum, 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 bum. Didn't never play F6, but I, spotted a queen on move 1. So, Dun, 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 dun. Possibly the complications, especially at night. Dun, 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 dun. Hey. RJB subscribe with Prime. Go Ben. Dun, 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 dun. We got crushed. 5-1, amazing. How different is level? Charlie G subscribed. Yay. I think Hikaru invented the term adoption. Would you beat Andrea Botez 3 minute queen odds? I don't know. Be close. 1 cent to do. It is about me. I'm good at giving odds. I give odds a lot. And I blunder a lot, so I'm always down a queen. So I'm used to it. Magnus is like I'm down a queen. I've never heard of it. So Magnus would be confused. Now, let me explain something to you so you realize how bad you are. That's the point of this, is the truth hurts. Okay, and I saw it. There was a $1,000 match between Magnus and Lawrence Trent. Lawrence Trent's like 2,600 online at Blitz and Bullet. Like me. He's like the same rating as me. Maybe he's higher. And this was in real life on a real board and a real clock. And it was 5 minutes each, not 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And Magnus spotted Lawrence Trent a rook. And somebody asked Magnus, if you spotted Lawrence Trent a rook in 5 minutes, how would you do? He said, I get 4 out of 10. Second Reality subscribed. Thank you. And when Lawrence heard about this, he said, Magnus will get 4 out of 10 against me, spotting me a rook in 5 minutes? And he's like, all right. And they played for $1,000. And I was watching. And after 9 games, Magnus had 4. So that was it. Yeah. So Magnus is like very slightly worse or equal to a strong IM giving rook odds at 5 minute. Queen odds at 3 minute against somebody much weaker is much easier. The 3 minute makes it a lot easier than 5 minute. A 2100 with 5 minute, they have a chance. But 3 minute, and what the 2100 players don't understand, unfortunately, until it happens, is it's very scary playing Magnus. So you're used to sitting in front of Rufus and then Doofus and then the triplet. That's your typical opponent when you're 2100. And when you play a Grandmaster, you're like, ooh, a Grandmaster. But Magnus isn't a Grandmaster, right? You know, I'm a Grandmaster. Blah. Okay? So if you saw Magnus in front of you, you would like start crying. And Magnus would play super fast, and you would be really nervous, and you know, you're so much worse than him. And as soon as you make any mistake at all, then you doubt that you can win. If you like hang a pawn, you're like, oh, God. Now, I have a funny story. Thanks for the 402 centidues. Basic pract. Another train. All right. I was at chess camp in Wisconsin. It's called Wis Chess, which is sort of funny. It was in some town that has a college, but it's a small town. Whitewater? Might be Whitewater. Something like that. Anyway, this is before you guys were born. And there were lots of GMs there. I was an IM, because it was a long time ago. And we were talking about odds games. And Gregory Serper said to me, you can't, he's GM. He said, you can't give any of my students rook odds in 5 minute. His kids were like, you know, it's a camp. His kids were between like 1600 and 1800. And I said, I can give all of your kids rook odds at 5 minute. You pick whichever one you want. And he's like, okay. So he picked one and he's like laughing. Okay. He resigned on move 9. And on move 5, Serper was shaking his head. And he told the guy he resigned too late. Now, when he resigned, I think the position was equal. So, yeah. He knew that he had to resign because, you know, he didn't want to play anymore because it was getting silly. But that was funny. Serper shaking his head so early. The truth hurts. Yeah. You can't give any of my students rook odds. What's wrong with him? Can't give a 1700 and blitz rook odds? Jesus Christ. So, to further make the 2100s feel bad, this is the last story. After you hear this story, you're gonna cry yourself to sleep if you're 2100. There was a 2300 player, and I actually know his name. He's 2300, but okay. In 1963, in Bay City at the Western Open, where Fischer played my dad, this guy played Fischer rook odds 5 minute. And a guy told me that Fischer won 19.5 to half against the 2300 giving him rook odds. And Wes Berger, who you've seen on my stream and I talk about a lot, who's about 2300, he said, no, that's not what happened. I watched them play. Fischer won 20-0. So the only argument is, was it 20-0 or 19.5 half? There's an argument. Yeah, ridiculous. So all of you are ridiculous. You're bad and you should feel bad. Now, I understand now if I was playing in the real world or online and somebody was giving me 5 minutes to 1, there are people who can beat me. When I was 1700, I thought nobody could beat me in 5-1 because, you know, yeah, lower rated players don't have a good understanding of how good the people who are better than them are. And there's a reason for that. If you're rated like 1900 to 2200 and you live in the US, let's say, and you play people in your state, local tournaments, you're pretty good. You're one of the top players, right? You get more points, you win more than you lose. And you realize how good you are. You're top 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 in the state. And your state has millions of people. So you're like, man, I'm good. And you never played Magnus or Hikaru or Nepomniachtchi, Svidler. So you're just, you don't understand, that, you're not good. Sorry. And also, like, if Magnus or those guys play the best engines in the world at 5 minute, they get 0. I mean, like the best players who ever lived, if they played 5 minute against an engine, would get 0. So, but you think like, oh, if I get odds, then I'm good. No. Boo, boo. If you're 2100, you're like 1,400 points worse than an engine. God damn. So that would be like a 2,100 playing a 700. Terrible. Yeah. Anyway, you're all bad and you should feel bad. Now, after saying that, give me money. Come on, Hype Train's dying. Level 2? If it dies on level 2, I'm leaving. Terrible. Yeah. No, you've beaten Stockfish with queen odds, but you have to play it like 5 minute and play it a lot of games. You can't like win 1 out of 100 and say I beat it. You know. You didn't say what the time control was, etc. I would beat Stockfish at queen odds if it was a slow game. But if it was 3 minute, I might not. I'm the favorite, but I wouldn't win 10-0. Not in 3 minute. Terrible. All right. Von Neumann gifted 5 subs. I tricked you. I mean, thanks for subbing. Basic Pratt gifted 10 subs. You guys are the best. 300 Senzadu's. Great stories. Yeah. That's correct, the Suspenser01. Now you know I'm telling you the truth. I'll tell you a story. Story time. Occasionally in Michigan, there were odds tournaments. So they weren't rated. You know, usually blitz. Usually. And you would see what your rating was in your opponent, and then it was determined. So, like, if you're 100 points higher, it's pawn odds, you know, and you just look, time on, right, and then you do it. And the guy who ran the tournament said the people giving the odds, the higher rated players, they destroyed the low rated players every tournament he ever had. It was never enough odds. He just bet on the higher rated player. Doesn't matter what the odds are. Every tournament he ever went to or directed himself. And he's a 2,400 player. Like, no odds are good enough. You got to give odds that are absurd. That way the guy has a chance. You know, where he can't possibly not win. Frankly, delicious. How do you think you do in 1 minute against Andrew Tang if he spotted you a queen? The answer is bad. I'd probably do bad too. I don't even know if I'm the favorite. I think I'm the favorite. Maybe. Maybe I'm not. Damn. I think in real life I am, but on the internet it's close. Yeah, harsh. Jay Groges 2801. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer giving rook odds to minor piece odds when I'm playing blitz chess against anybody. So we have a very, 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 very talented kid here. His name is Andrew Jiang, and I'm pronouncing Jiang wrong. If you're, Chinese, it's Jiang. And he was the first grade national champion. He won all of his games. And he's like 2,000 USCF, and he's 9. But he might have been 2,000 when he was 8. Anyway, and he's beaten Spencer twice in the blitz tournaments here in the last 4 weeks. He's good. About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, he said, you want to play blitz? And I said, okay, I'll spot you a rook over the board. He was here in the chess center. And he said, you'll spot me a rook? And I said, well, yeah. And it was 5 minute, and I had black, and I just checkmated him. It was easier than not spotting him a rook. And my favorite story, and then I'll be done with stories. This is my favorite story. Mike Kummer, the Missouri junior champion before you guys were born, he said to me, if you spot me a rook in 5 minute, I'm the favorite. He is. And I said, if I spot you a rook in 5 minute and we played until time ended, you would have 0. And he's like, what? I said, I'm not the favorite. I just win every game. And he said, okay. And we played like 3 games, then that was it. He's like, all right, never mind. And he's lost on move 10 like in every game. And he's like 1750. He's the favorite. Jesus Christ. Oh, I've never been so mad. Always a little mad. Anyway, I hope you realize you're bad and you should feel bad. And so forth. Mike, come on! Man, stories about me being embarrassed. I have too many stories about me being embarrassed. I lost in 10 moves to Igor Novikov in the New York Open because I trapped my own queen. All I had to do was not resign and play to move 25 and nobody would know. But what are you going to do? The truth hurts. When I was a kid, maybe 7, I had a queen and pawn ending. And it was a slow tournament. And I made a move, and I thought it was a genius move. I was like really proud of myself. And I hit the clock, and I walked, and my dad was watching. He was playing the tournament too. And I said to him, isn't that a really good move? And he like put his head down and walked away. I didn't know why. And then I came back, and the guy took my queen. Yeah, the truth hurts. I have a lot of stories like that. When I was 9, I played F4 in a slow game, hit the clock, and after a minute, I realized that the bishop was checking my king and my f-pawn was pinned. My opponent didn't notice. And I said, I'm in check. And I put my pawn back on f2. I hit the clock back, so it was my move. He just sat there and didn't say anything. And I played king h1. And then I won the game later. My move was almost legal. Not quite. Yeah, truth hurts. Yeah. Rating at 9 was 1100. Yeah, not good. Yeah, my game with Igor Novikov from the New York Open, probably 93. Probably. Yeah. Terrible. All right, thanks for the subs and the bits and all that. Yeah. Bishop head attack. Yeah. Yeah, f4 left me in check. If you make an illegal move in any kind of chess, you get penalized. Yeah, there's a time penalty. If you make... This is a new FIDE rule. It's like 3 years old. If you make 2 illegal moves in a FIDE rated, FIDE rules in a slow game, you lose. And that's new. It didn't used to be like that. There was just... Each time there was a penalty. But now you lose, game's over. Yeah. USCF might have something like that too, but I'm not sure. But yeah, FIDE it's 2. It was in slow chess. Yeah. Etc. If you're playing a game, you can't do anything where anybody's helping you. You can't talk to anybody about your game. You can't read a chess book. You can't do anything. It's just you. So you can be forfeited if you're reading a book during your game. Yeah. Etc. Gene Wilder is a genius of the highest caliber. He's one of the top 30 actors of all time. Well, I think there's only been one 12-year-old GM ever, and that was Karyakin. So it's not common. 13 and 14 is getting more common, especially in India. Man. So when I used to go to the World Youth and World Cadet, my first couple times, it was the Indians and the Chinese won all the medals. The last time I went, it was the Indians. The Chinese won no medals. I don't know. Obviously, Chinese adults are good, but Indian kids between like 6 and 16, I mean, some of them were world class. Sarin and Praggnanandhaa. By the way, I've been saying this for like 3 years. Nihal Sarin's better than Praggnanandhaa, but Praggnanandhaa gets all the publicity. I'm not sure why. I think because his name is cooler. He's younger too, but Praggnanandhaa, his name was like Ramesh Babu. That's a pretty cool name. And the other one's Nihal Sarin. Terrible. So he needs a better PR person. Nihal Sarin's better than Praggnanandhaa. But everybody thinks Praggnanandhaa is better because they're like, who's Nihal Sarin? So we'll see in 5 years, if I'm right. But Nihal Sarin's really good. Yeah. I've seen them both play, and I think Sarin's better. Sarin defeated Nepomniachtchi, and Sarin's good. Any prodigies? Just Andrew Jang. And we also we've had some, when I say prodigy, they're not like world prodigies. They're good for Americans. They play in the, the nationals and do well. They're fighting for first and they're great in the nationals. So, but they're not like, if they went to the World Youth, get crushed. Truth hurts. Counter guy subscribed. One of the kids at Archer School, when he was, I think 9, he went to the World Under 10 and he got 7 out of 11. And that was his first time going. That's pretty good. Because, he's high rated, but Archer School is pretty good. There's a lot of good chess players at Archer School. So that's one of the top schools in the state. Counter guy. We have a kid that I taught for a while who's Turkish. His family's Turkish, and they live here. And they go back to Turkey sometimes. They haven't decided permanently where they're going to live. It could be here. It could be in Turkey. Right now, they're just going back and forth, but mainly here. And he's like 2,200, and he's like 11 or 12. He's pretty good. Yeah, he's even beaten me on my stream. Terrible. Go professional named Nakamura. Yeah. Have I lost to a kid younger than 6? Maybe. On the internet, not in real life. Possibly. Magnus is a 60-40 favorite, I guess. Yeah. Strongest youth players? India. Man, India. God, who's second? India? I guess Russia. India, Russia, and China. It's hard for anybody else to win a medal unless they have a really good kid, but the rest of the kids aren't as good. Some countries always have one really good kid. So the U.S. had Sam Sevian and Jeffrey Zhang. So they won medals, and Jeffrey Zhang won the World Junior. So they can compete. And Alex Lenderman won the World Under 16. So the U.S. has some gold and silver medal winners at the World Youth and Cadet and the World Junior. Mark Deason won the World Junior before you guys were born. Yasser won the World Junior. Ilya Gurevich won the World Junior. William Lombardi won the World Junior with a perfect score, 11 out of 11. And Jeffrey Zhang won the World Junior. Did I miss somebody? I probably did, but I don't know who I missed. So the U.S. does well in youth tournaments, but, not as well as India and China and Russia, etc. I don't know if Hikaru ever won any gold medals in the World Youths. Maybe. He went to some. Yeah. Tani? He was pretty good. Yeah. Frankly, beautiful. All right, I've been streaming for 3 hours. It's almost midnight, etc. Average viewer rating? I don't know. So if you're challenging me and I'm leaving, sorry. Dave Chappelle. I raid you, you raid me. I'm the worst streamer in history. Da-da-da. Bye, Bruja Web. You're the best. Thanks for all the subs and all that stuff. Tomorrow I'll be streaming at night, 6 to 10, 7 to 11. I don't know. Whatever, whenever we're free here. And Karen will probably join me for a while. Maybe more than a while. Maybe the whole stream. I haven't rated you in a while. And we're like that, son. Yeah. All right. See you guys tomorrow night in about, 20 hours, 19 hours. Oh, and also,